I want to talk about. I was at a Pixar event yesterday, and it was for Inside Out, which comes out actually a year from yesterday, so it'll be the June 19th of 2015. It comes out, and it's basically set inside the mind of an adolescent girl, and we've covered the movie a few times already here at IGN. They've shown they Pixar does this roadshow thing. Disney does. I mean, they did it with Wreck-It Ralph, where they show the same sequence in different stages of it being finished to press and to fans at fan events. Like I believe it was at D23, maybe at one of the cons, and basically it's. What makes it particularly interesting is that it's Pete Docter, the director of Up and Monsters, Inc., and he was inspired by his own daughter for this movie because she was going through adolescence, and he's like, what happened to my happy little girl? And he showed these photographs of her as a little kid, and she's playing, and then he showed photos of her like brooding and not wanting to look at the camera, sulking in the backseat of the car. And he's like, what happened? What is going on inside her head? And that became the basis of the movie Inside Out. And it's him and Jonas Rivera who did Up together.
Right.
And so they've reteamed. It comes out next summer. And they showed the opening 5 minutes and then the dinner table sequence, which is the same one. And let me tell you a little bit about it and why I can't wait to see it. Basically, 5 emotions. We follow the 5 emotions in the little girl Riley, adolescent girl Riley. It is joy, voiced by Amy Poehler.
Nice.
Sadness. Her name went right out of my head. Phyllis Smith, I think, from The Office. Fear, voiced by Bill Hader.
Nice.
Anger, voiced by Lewis Black.
Nice.
And Disgust, voiced by Mindy Kaling. And each one of them basically are different facets of her personality. And it's set within the mind, not the brain, but visually things will be the mind. The headquarters is essentially, if you can imagine, a cross between like the bridge of the Enterprise and like an Apple store.
Right.
And you see the lines are walled with memories, which are shaped like these orbs or like glowing bowling balls. And so, you know, if it's a joyous memory, it'll be yellow, like the color, like the character of Joy.
Sure.
Or if it's a sad one, it'll be blue, like sadness. And the infrastructure of the mind is laid out, and it goes on this big adventure where joy and sadness are somehow pushed out of headquarters, and now they're lost within the realm of her mind. And there are all these different realms. There's the Dream Factory, which is basically a Hollywood studio, and they have different posters for like, you are falling forever, or like, getting chased or whatever. Like, so it's basically like a hackneyed Hollywood studio where they come up with
Nice.
all the different nightmares that can
asylum.
happen. Yes, basically. And then there is the abstract thought, which is the visual style of the movie will change to look like abstract paintings. It's a very inventive movie like that. There is long-term memory, which is basically, if you can imagine the Matrix, just goes on forever, this huge thing where everything is hidden, this huge machine where everything is hidden. And then there is the more like kind of Fantasyland part of it, which is when you're a kid, things that have been used to be clowns and more playful stuff has been pushed up by the dream boyfriend generator and things like that. So it's like an amusement park where
Where Robert Pattinson lives.
Yeah, and basically it's like to mirror how she is evolving. And the opening 5 minutes, basically the birth of this child. And at that point, it's joy also discovering the world. And so joy is the first emotion. And then when the baby first cries, sadness shows up, and they're both resting for control of the basically the emotion kind of dashboard. And it's just overall, it just looks a really fascinating way to tell a story, to do something you've never seen before, but make it relatable by setting inside the mind of an adolescent. As and it's like the biggest stakes in the movie are just like dealing with a new school, like they go from moving from freezing cold Minnesota to San Francisco,
Which is close to what I did, and
Yeah.
you can relate to it.
So basically, Chris Carl,
It's my life
you'll
as
be
an
a
adolescent girl.
13-year-old girl. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Cool.
they also showed us a short film called Lava.
Oh, it
And
sounds
this was really a beautiful little short film about two volcanoes trying to find love. I don't want to give too much away, but the director basically was on a Hawaiian his honeymoon and came up with this song, and it's about trying to find someone to lava. And it's about and it's set over probably like 1,000,000 years because there's
Nice.
a lot of time-lapse stuff. But it's really, Pixar's got some great stuff coming out next year, 2015, Inside Out, The Good Dinosaur, which they didn't show anything of, but I've seen stuff before. That also looks great. And Lava.
Lava's going to be attached to Inside Out?
Lava will be attached to Inside Out. It's
Cool.
almost done, but we're going to have to wait another year for it.
Oh, my goodness.